We have gathered, my friends, to talk about Hobbs and Shaw amongst other things. But like for Owen to open the mystery box, right? We got this to open as well. But yeah, me and Carly watched the Fast and the Furious Hobbs and Shaw movie, and it is a dumb movie. What up, Doman? How you doing? So basically, uh, it's like a Fast and Furious movie, but not a Fast and Furious movie. And by that I mean like they just shoved it into the Fast and Furious. The whole reason that me and Carly even got into watching anything to do with the Fast and Furious is because when we went on honeymoon, we just had like what was playing on the cable TV or whatever. We brought a laptop with us to watch stuff on, but the TV wouldn't let you hook up to the like you couldn't hook stuff to the TV. It didn't work. So we couldn't watch stuff off the laptop. So we were just stuck with cable TV and what they had to offer. Now, on one hand, that led us to Frasier. And I have to say, Frasier is an amazing sitcom, bro. Like, genuinely, it is good times. And it's way better than I realized. Watched the whole thing all the way through. And it didn't fall apart at the end like Perfect Strangers or anything like that, where you just go, this is unwatchable. But, anyways, the other thing we saw was they were having a Fast and Furious marathon. So we kept seeing different chunks of Fast and Furious movies. And I told Carly about one where like The Rock went to meet his like mother in Hawaii who threw sandals at him or something. So we tracked that down to being Hobbs and Shaw. And it's like Fast and Furious presents. So it's not actually a Fast and Furious movie. Like it's like they're calling it a Fast and Furious movie, but it's not really set in that world and has characters that like they just called it Fast and Furious for name recognition. That's gotta be, you know how Wizards of the Coast calls different things like check it out, it's Secret Lair or whatever else, or how they changed theme decks to Jumpstart and just went it's Jumpstart when we know that it's all just reskinned theme decks. Same kind of deal. Same kind of deal. Scroll Keeper, they are bringing Frasier back. It's coming back next month, and I'm totally going to check it out. I have to admit, I have a high level of reservations because current media is mostly awful. It's mostly terrible, and there's a lot of agenda pushing. And I just don't care because the agenda pushing stuff tends to not be entertaining. And all I care about is being entertained. I don't care if you have a secret mission and a secret message and you're trying to engineer society. I don't care about any of that if you entertain me. Fine, fine. You've earned the opportunity to have your message heard by making it entertaining. That's my vibe. So, like, the Hobbs and Shaw movie is dumb, but I will say it's entertaining. The Frasier show, I'm worried is going to come back and be stupid because will it have the same kind of good writing or will it just be we convinced Kelsey Grammer to do a cash-in show? Will it even be actual Frasier? Will it feel like Frasier? You know? Jester, it's really hard to make something that doesn't flop. Oh, yeah. Entertaining the masses in this day and age is much harder. People write stuff off instantly and have a million more options, but that doesn't change that garbage is garbage, right? So just because it's hard doesn't mean I go, oh, okay, Victoria, here you go. Here's your participation ribbon. So even though you made unwatchable garbage, I'll watch it because doing it right is hard. You know, like it doesn't matter, right? If I make garbage videos that nobody wants to watch, but I go, I put a bunch of effort into it and doing a good job is hard. Does that change that my videos suck and aren't worth watching? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, know what I mean? Every day, that's right. I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Error, the characters in Hobbs and Shaw started in the Fast and Furious franchise. The movie is an offshoot. Oh, did they? Okay, fair enough. I will not pretend like I know all the Fast and Furious movies, but to me, it just felt like two random characters that they had just like pulled out of nowhere. So, are you telling me that the CIA agent that was with like Ryan Reynolds CIA agent, was he in a previous one or something? I hope so, because that would make that part a little less intolerable, because that was some of the most intolerable stuff. Damn right, Scroll Keeper. Then they'll come out with Young Frasier if it's a hit. I thought they were gonna do the same thing they did with like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, where they just go Bel Air. It's a drama now. Oh, it's a drama about hot young people. Oh, so it's like Riverdale. What is this? Like, what's going on? Al, I like how it's saying it's your first super chat ever. YouTube's funny. Al super chat says 15 bucks, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, owe me, oh. My jungle love, oh, yo. I think I want to know ya, know ya. Yeah, well, man, you're just really going on there. You're making me think about Clerks and specifically the Olaf metal face. That's his fucking metal face. All right, Al, you're lord of the board, big boy. So, if the Hobbs and Shaw characters showed up in a previous movie and there was a little bit of detail that was added in, I suppose it might help a bit, but the movie's still really dumb. Really dumb. Millmaster trying to play Chandelar all day since the earlier stream. It's a good game, bro. Trying to force Sarah and stasis, but they keep stealing your blue cards and feeding your Royal Assassins. That's funny. That's how it goes. You don't get to pick what you want to play, man. Al, Frasier won't be the same without the dad, his armchair, and Eddie. The dad's not in it, too? I thought everybody was coming back but Niles. So the dad's not there. Is he dead now? Probably. That was like 30 years ago. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know if it'll be good or not. Juglum, what's up, bro? So yeah, like for me, Hobbs and Shaw had a bunch of dumb one-liners that didn't make sense, and like the overall theme of the movie was just confusing stupidity. Where you just go, wait, what? Like, I'll give them one thing. That movie was so stupid that the part of my brain that, like, I still got annoyed by things, but I just went, this movie told you it's really dumb. Like, this movie told you it's really dumb. So just don't worry about it. So I didn't. I said to Carly, I'm like, this is the kind of movie where you can ignore everything that's being said. You can ignore all the dialogue and you won't miss anything. Like, I never cared when there was dialogue going on because I knew it wouldn't make sense or it would actively make me angry. And they had like absolute goofbag one-liners that I was like, who thinks this is a good line? There was a bunch of fun action though. Like a bunch of explosions and action, and like Idris Elba's in there and he's great. Like, some of it is confusing. He starts out the movie as like, he's like already a cyborg or something. He has cyber eyes, and it's not for cybering like back in the day, right? He's got cyber eyes, and he can control a motorcycle. And it's like, all right, you know, that's funky. What's going on here? And then like he goes after Hobbs and Shaw, and it doesn't go well enough. So then some organization that he works for makes him into like more of a cyborg. The first time I saw the movie was in Chunks on the Honeymoon, so I didn't see the first step. I just saw them making him more cyborg, but I thought that was them turning him into a cyborg. And I didn't understand. It was like, is this some kind of death cult? Okay, so you've got The Rock, who is like, he's like a cop, but I guess he like forgets he's a cop or something because of the way he acts a bunch. And then you've got that was the thing I said to Carly too. I'm like, nobody in this movie, none of these characters have names. She's like, I don't know which one's Hobbs and which one's Shaw. I was like, I have no idea. It doesn't matter. We called everybody by their actual names because their character names are completely irrelevant. Doesn't matter. So yeah, just you're watching it going, okay, so what's the actual story of the movie? And it turns out that I can't even remember their names, right? So what's his name? Well, I can't even remember the name of the. Oh yeah, what is it? Statham, right? Jason Statham. All right, so that guy, his sister is like a secret agent or something, and she works for an agency of some kind, and she's sent to like steal a super programmable virus. So like there's this super programmable virus that has been created, and the people who made it only made enough to stick in one person. There's only enough to stick in one person. And like so the spy lady goes up and she sticks her arm against a machine and it goes gink and like sticks like BBs in her wrist or whatever. And it's like metal balls or something, but they have the virus in them, okay? So then then the movie's like, check it out. She's got superhuman strength because of the virus, right? And Carly pointed that out. She's like, yo, I like the fact that she can go up against the Rock because she's got like virus strength, right? And then like later in the movie, it's like, okay, she's got the virus in her and she's only got 72 hours before the thing holding the virus dissolves and then the virus gets in her. And then once the virus gets in her, then it'll kill the whole planet. And I just went, wait, you said she had super strength. You said she had super strength because of the virus. But you said that the virus hasn't like gone into her yet. So if the virus hasn't gone into her, that means the super strength can't be coming from the virus because it's not in her. So you got like the metal balls or whatever that the virus was in that went inside her, like whatever the coding of the virus is, it gives you superhuman strength. So if it's like the coding that's coding the virus that gives you superhuman strength, why is nobody utilizing that technology? Like why aren't there tons of super soldiers using that in enhanced technology? Why is there only one drop of this programmable virus? Like it makes no sense. So then Spy Lady's team gets wiped out or something, and just like they're all like, she's gone rogue or something. Nothing ever comes of this that I remember ever in the movie at all. At all. You just sit there going, wait, what's going on? And so then like they got to get the virus out of her because she's Jason's sister and because the Rock wants to plow her, right? And so like they're like, we got to find the scientist. We got to find the scientist who can make the cure, right? He's the guy who knows how to do the cure. And so the guy who knows how to do the cure, right? The CIA can't find this guy. But then Jason Statham, don't worry, he's a super smart guy. He's like, look at that picture of the dude. He's holding a Russian newspaper. And that Russian newspaper only comes from one newsstand. And it's like, so the CIA found you guys and forced you to do this. But like they can't figure out a Russian newspaper. I mean, they made the CIA seem like they were just brain damaged. Like Ryan Reynolds is the CIA, and he shows up and he's like, "Hi, The Rock, we're friends." And Rock is like, "Nuh-uh, Ryan Reynolds, we're not friends." And then he's like, "But don't you remember the tattoo I got of that's like your tattoo?" And then The Rock's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that." And you're just sitting there going, "Do you guys actually know each other? Like this is very confusing. I don't know what's going on. This is very poorly written." Is Ryan Reynolds just a crazy stalker? Like, what is this? Like, are you actually supposed to be friends? No, at no point. And then he's calling you from an empty restaurant going, oh, the restaurant's closed because it's nighttime. And it's like, you're the CIA, bro. You're the CIA, bro. What's up, Artorius? That's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. How's it going, Ned? We're talking about the insanity of specifically Hobbs and Shaw. It's ridiculous. Al says, please more voodoo for my ex Morgan. I was at work on my day off and I'm not supposed to be here today. Oh, well, you know what? You know what? guess what, buddy? For you interrupting me talking about Hobbs and Shaw, I'm not going to do voodoo. I'm going to do hoodoo. I'm going to give her goodness. That's what you get. That's what you get. All right. Desired change. More better hair. That's what you get. More better hair. How dare you try and derail me with voodoo? Now you get hoodoo. I'm even drawing some nice hair on her. Some nice hair and a smile. Reason for change. Trying to talk about Hobbs. I'm gonna say it was Hobbs I was talking about. There you go, Al. I'm magically giving her more hair. She's gonna have shinier, better hair. So deal with that. Officially done. I magitized her. That's it. You can't. I'm not some assassin that you can hire to voodoo people at will, bro. All right? All right? So remember that. Now she's got silkier hair, and you will have to be jealous of that. Also, there's people driving around in the movie, but it doesn't feel like a Fast and Furious movie at all. Like, at all. Aside from the fact that it's dumb. It's dumb. Oh, Brent, what's up? I just learned today that Beatles and Grimm straight up doesn't ship to P.O. boxes. So, that's a thing. That's a thing. Do with that what you will, bro, but that's the reality. So, yeah, the Hobbs and Shaw, you've got, like, the CIA who's supposed to be really stupid, but also, like, why? What? Why is he in... What? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. It makes no sense. The movie's terrible. Just dumb. You just sit there going, wait, what's going on? What? She's got a virus in her? And then, like, I like how they just show her getting bruised up, and they got the bruises. They keep putting the bruises in the exact same spot on her face. The bruises go up here and here each time, and then they're just gone sometimes. And then they're back, and then they're gone sometimes. And you're like, what? How is she healing? What is this? It's so dumb. You have a part where Jason Statham walks into a fucking elevator, and he just pushes a button that causes the elevator to fucking plummet. It just plummets. And then he just flips the switch and it just stops. It just stops. Like, there's a bunch of times in this movie where people just push buttons and shit happens. And you're like, things don't work like this. What happened? There's no button like that. There wouldn't be an elevator where if you press the button, it plummets at light speed and there's a little switch you can flip. And it's also a bulletproof elevator, right? What? That's all happening while he's going like this or whatever, while The Rock is running down a building going, yeah, and leaping at people. And then he goes to, where does he go? Samoa? So he can go, Uzo, I love you, Uzo. Uzo, I'm going to put on a skirt, Uzo, and we're going to fight. We're going to fight against the whatever. Mom said no guns because a bunch of our people got killed by guns. Well, I got news for you, buddy. Your mom's a dumb fucking bitch. Let me explain something to you, you dumb fucking cow. If a bunch of people come and shoot your shit up, you don't go, we're not going to use guns. You go, wow, that was super effective. Maybe we should have some of those too. Maybe we should have some of that shit too. No, we've got fucking clubs. And then all the bad guys show up with guns, but don't worry, because Virus Lady just presses a button on her fucking laptop and hacks all their guns into not shooting. So that everybody can be like, now it's just punch fighting time, and we brought sticks. Hua, hua, Mother Samoa, bless me. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Mama whatever is like, no guns, but she has no problem with you burying explosive barrels in the road? Like, what? What? It's just, none of it makes sense, man. None of it makes sense. There's a bunch of action, so I mean, it was distracting. But here's the crazy part. Here's the really insane part about all the dumbness of the movie, is that it's still so much better than a lot of crap that gets made today. You know, it's the stuff they make today is terrible. The Transporter movie. I mean, Transport is something different, right? I'm not talking about the Transporter or Crank. I'm talking specifically about Hobbs and Shaw. Just picking a fucking actor from that movie and going, well, these other movies with them in it are okay. What is that? So what? So fucking what? You may as well just say I like pudding. Because that's just as connected to this shit. Huh? Hobbs and Shaw's secret lair. When, Puffer? When they think you'll pay for it, bro. Ned, yeah, exactly. It's like the red easy button. There you go. Just press it and everything is covered. There you go. There you go. The dude's just really good at pushing buttons. Yeah, they do whatever he wants. They do whatever he wants. It was like, there was a part where like 4 trucks get stuck together and lifted up by a fucking helicopter. And then the trucks just aren't stuck together. And you're just like, I don't understand what's going on a lot of the time. Like, in terms of it making sense. I understand what's going on in terms of guy hits thing. Oh, smashy, smashy. Blow up, watch this truck. Like, they had a bunch of cool action. And I think part of what made the movie more entertaining was, what's it called? Like, the fact that it had a lot of practical effects. Like, what qualifies a movie as worth watching is a big question that this movie made me ask. Big says, you're going through grief right now in one of the 5 stages, right? Oh, so yeah. Like what makes a movie worth watching, guys? What makes a movie worth watching? What do you need for a movie to be worth watching? What makes you feel like you got what you needed out of it? Because while this movie was hella dumb, it wasn't trying to shove any agenda down my throat. It was just, here's this fucking story. A bunch of shit's gonna happen. Don't leave your brain at the door. Leave your brain like on another planet because you don't want to think about any of this. So yeah, that really does bring up the question, what qualifies a movie as worth watching? Because I watched the whole movie. I watched that entire film. I didn't think I'd pay as much attention to it as I did, but I did. I thought it'd be more of a background movie, but they kept stuff happening, right? Stuff kept going. Artorius, a movie can be worth watching once, but not worth rewatching. Yeah, well, there's a ton of movies that don't hit the rewatching bar. Like, I don't think I'd be rushing back for any Hobbs and Shaw action anytime soon. Al, what are you talking about? What is that? I don't even know. But yeah, seriously, it does make me wonder what qualifies a movie as being worth watching. Because there's just so much stuff that sucks now. Where you just start watching it and you watch it for a while and you go, I feel like almost nothing, right? And even the movies that are watchable don't really resonate that much. Like the Super Mario movie. I watched that, and the first part where they're on Earth is too long and mostly boring. There's a little bit in it that's interesting. But even when they went to the Mario world, like it's bright, it's colorful, it looks like Mario's supposed to, and they definitely hit some nostalgic notes with it, but like I feel like I got more out of Hobbs and Shaw than I did out of the Mario movie. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Mad Cow, bro, I've bounced on movies tons of times. Like half an hour in or whatever, I've been like, okay, it's time to go. That's actually a pretty big sign when you go, yo, I'm bored. And I've been here for like fucking half an hour. Like you check the time. I thought this was 10 minutes, but it's been like half an hour and nothing has happened. But yeah, I think that a lot of the stuff being practical effects is interesting because the 3D stuff, all the 3D modeling of everything, when it's just 3D stuff destroying 3D stuff, it has no meaning really, and nobody's writing deep enough stories to give empty 3D meaning, it feels like, right? Plaid movies need to engage you enough that you don't want to sit there looking at your phone while you watch it. Fair enough. Fair enough. Plot writing and character development are important. Agreed. Agreed. So when I was watching that, I was also thinking about Idris Elba's character and how he's progressively becoming more of an android or whatever, right? And it made me wonder, like, what point do you stop being considered human? How much of you has to be human versus mechanical, like robotic or whatever, for you still be considered human? Are you still considered a human if you just got the human brain and the rest is metal? Is it like a majority, 51% of you is not a robot, then you're a human? 51% of you is a robot, then you're a robot? Like, I mean, this is some of the stuff I ended up thinking about because the movie wasn't giving me that much to think about. It was just stare at explosions and all that. Artorias, I agree that like a lot of mainstream movies, a lot of that kind of stuff is it's empty and they're just looking for properties that they can mine, you know? Millmaster, that's the thesis of Ghost in the Shell. Bro, Ghost in the Shell, I remember watching that back in the day and being like, wow, like, I saw Akira, I saw Ghost in the Shell, I was like, anime's pretty sweet. That part where she starts trying to pull off the opening hatch or whatever and her arms come unmoored, I was like, yo! That's intense, man. That's intense. That movie is memorable. You know, it's got some really memorable moments. The dude with the invisibility cloak at the beginning. Astro Boy. Oh, you know what my favorite reference to Astro Boy is? It's in the show Inuyashiki. Inuyashiki is very interesting. You have two people who are in a park and they accidentally get destroyed by aliens. The aliens quickly rebuild them and jam off of Earth. But when they rebuild them, they don't like... It's like they don't care. They make the outside look like a regular person and they can still remember who they are, but their entire body is like robotic and they can fly and shoot lasers and shit. And so like the old man sings the Astro Boy song and that's how he learns to fly. And it's like just the duality between the two different characters who are granted these insane levels of power and what happens with the story. It's amazing. It's emotional. It's heartfelt. Inuyashiki is really, really good. It is like, I feel like it's underrated, man. Like, for real. It's one of the best animes I've ever seen, especially in the science fiction realm. I really dig the way that they played it all out. It's so cool. It's a story of humanity and just what makes a person, redemption, all that kind of stuff. That one's a good one. I also really liked Parasite, although Parasite Maxim is a different beast altogether. It's like a parasitic invasion of Earth, and just all the choices that were made for it are really interesting. The aliens having insectile intelligence, and by that I don't mean they're like stupid. I just think of like insects or like snakes, something where they are just pragmatic, practical. Emotion doesn't factor into their decisions. It's pure, like, cold-blooded logic. And it's an interesting contrast to have an alien intelligence, a cold, calculating alien intelligence, and a human that's driven by emotions, right? Juglum, betting I liked the original Trigun. I saw the original Trigun, and I'm pretty sure I saw it subtitled, and I really enjoyed it. And then I showed Carly Trigun, and we watched the dubbed version of it, and I fucking hated it. I hated it. I was like, yo, Vash is just a whiny little bitch. Holy fucking shit. This one-dimensional attitude that he has towards... oh, nobody should get hurt, and I don't want to take a life. You know what, Vash? If you weren't such a little fucking bitch, way more lives wouldn't get lost. But because you're just this fucking weak little skank inside now, I can't stand it. So, honestly, watching it again made me go, bro, I thought Vash was so cool the first time around. Now he seems like a fucking idiot, bro. Like, fucking stop your brother, cockhead. Stop letting all these people fucking die. Just because I don't want to hurt somebody. Fuck you. Grow up, be an adult, you little bitch. Wolfwood still seemed cool, but the main character, totally. Like Vash the Stampede became fucking Crybaby the Stampede of tears. And I just, love and peace, cram it up your ass, bro. I liked the original, when I watched Trigun the first time, and the progression of like, Vash is like a fucking goof fucking around, and then you realize, oh wow, he's actually like way more than he seems. There's a lot more to him. But when you already know that, you go, bro, a bunch of people die because of you. Like you're awful. What the fuck is wrong with you? Grow up. Fucking grow up. Accept reality. That's all I could think when I was watching it. It's like, fucking grow up, Vash. Grow the fuck up. Live in an adult world, bro. People are fucking dying, you clown. What are you gonna do? That's the way it goes sometimes, right? You revisit something, and I mean, either it feels different, or you've changed, or whatever, right? So, for me, Trigun lost its magic, and I wouldn't watch it again. But, I mean, it's fine. Other people can enjoy it. And who knows? Maybe if I'd watched it with subtitles, I would have been less annoyed by it. But I just found Vash's attitude to really, like, annoy me. He just started to annoy me. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like that show is better experienced the first time when you don't understand the metamorphosis that you're going to watch. And it's like, okay, cool. And then after that, but that's a personal taste thing, right? And the dub was just dreadful. The whole fact that he's an alien and like he can't heal, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. There's a lot of cool stuff conceptually about the show. I just found his like attitude, I don't know, man. Just sitting around crying about how the world should be different is just, what's that gonna do, right? What's that gonna do? Do something. Ash Mead, what's up, bro? Artorias, dub versus sub makes a huge difference, for sure. That's definitely part of it. It's also probably part of it that I watched like Trigun 20 years ago, and there wasn't that much anime. So like Trigun was a cool experience, but by today's standards, like Trigun doesn't stand up the same way that Cowboy Bebop does. And maybe part of it is just my sensibilities. I'm not interested in sugar-coated bullshit existence, like, as a concept. What if everybody could live with no conflict? Fuck off, you Nancy bitch. You know, like, it's stupid. But you don't have that going on with Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is more grim meat hook reality, where it's just like that one lady in the first couple of episodes or whatever, where it's like she's not really a bad person and Buddy wants to save her, but he doesn't get to, does he? It's way more real, bro. It's way more real. Most of the time, subtitles are the way to go, because most dubs don't put in the effort to really capture the emotion. When they did the original, you get the original voice actors who are trying, and then you can read what's being said, versus the other situation where you just get like people doing it like they're doing a kid show. Bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. All right, sounds pretty decent. Joe, you feel like the older you've gotten, the more your views and attitudes towards certain things have changed? That makes sense, bro. As we age, we grow and shift, right? With the experiences that we have. So you'll definitely find, if you revisit things, that you view them differently. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, right? Felonious T. Oh, you trying to, you know what? Yeah, here, let me spell it for you. You want to find Inuyashiki. I believe this is how you spell it. It's really close to Inuyasha, which makes it kind of harder to find if you don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's, you know what, let me, I'm going to put that into the search engine just to double check that I spelled it right. Yeah, no, I got it. It's Inuyashiki Last Hero. It's great. I found it to be emotionally resonant, bro. What did I think about Samurai Champloo? I only watched a bit of it, honestly. And I remember being intrigued by the looking for the samurai that smells like sunflowers. The music for it, holy shit, man! That tune "Vagrancy" from the Samurai Champloo soundtrack or whatever is sick. They have multiple sick songs for it. So, but yeah, I don't know why I haven't seen it all. It's definitely not something where I didn't like it at any point. So I think I just got distracted and forgot about it. Some of the dubs are fun because they're comically bad. Yeah, I mean if they go that far with it, for sure. Oh, Brent, anti-sub. They get an unwarranted free pass because English speakers can't judge either the Japanese speakers on their delivery or the translation. Well, I mean, you can still pick up emotion from the delivery. So I'll agree with you about the translation, but delivery, if somebody's like upset about something and they have the right tone, then they've managed that. So I'm only half agreeing with that one. Yeah, Al, that's right. Fist of the North Star. You're already dead. That shit's hilarious. Whoop, 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 whoop. You're already dead, bitch. I'm gonna cure your muteness. Just it's ridiculous. It's great. It's great. So yeah, man. I don't know. The Hobbs and Shaw was like it was a bad movie. Like it's a dumb movie. It's not like a good movie, but I was entertained by it, so it's fine. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like I got robbed of my time. Me and Carly talked about it. I'm gonna tell her that those guys are like where do they show up? Where do those guys show up originally? If they're like already pre-existing in the Fast and Furious. What movie is their first appearance? Yeah, I've seen some bad subtitles. It's true where you're just like, what the what? I don't know. I tend to like watch finished series as opposed to ones that are ongoing. I hate waiting like a week or 2 weeks for the next installment of a series. I've like forgotten fucking everything about it by then, you know? I'm like, I've already forgotten it all. I want to watch in series now. This is the fucking future. This isn't like before where I've got to scramble during a commercial break on TV to run to the bathroom or whatever and get a cheese string and get back in time. I can watch stuff how and when I want. So I'm just going to wait until the whole season's done and watch it, you know? Brent, there are good dubs. I agree with you there. I'm not like a purist in one way or the other. I'm not like only subtitles. Mostly subtitles are a better experience. But the argument for dubs is that you don't have to fucking read anything, right? And I got no problem reading. I'm an avid reader, but it does focus you on the bottom part of the screen as well. And you're not as free to just stare at the overall image all the time. Joglum, you know what? Actually, you bring up a good point. It was like Disney esque. There wasn't like a bunch of like real shooting and stuff, and they didn't have any chicks with their jugs out and whatever. So there was that. They first appear in the 13 prequels they haven't shot yet. Oh, they show up in multiple movies? There, you haven't really watched them. Okay, so this is now classified as dubious information. It's dubious. It's dub, not sub. stoic, you feel the same way as me, bro. Binge watching series is just more satisfying, right? I don't care, like, hey, if it takes you a week to make it, that's fine. And if people want to watch it that way, that's totally cool. I used to watch stuff that way. And I can see the excitement of waiting for the next installment. And you can even watch other ones back before if you want to get ready. Like, there's lots of different ways to enjoy it. But for me, I want to be able to sit down and binge watch. I haven't checked out the new Futurama yet because I want there to be more Futurama so I can sit there and just like plow through it. I have like addictive personality traits where I'm like, yo, when I got something I like, I want a bunch of it. I want so much of it. I want to listen to the same song like 15 times in a row when I find a new song. All that kind of stuff, right? So I just want to be able to go ham. I want to go ham. Brent, I can easily read the subtitles and catch what's going on in the scene, but there's small, outer edge details that you're not going to pick up on the same way if you have to spend the time to look down at the words for a moment, pull those in, and look at everything that's going on. Especially when they're like, there's a bunch of action going down. So it's not like the biggest deal in the world, right? But yeah, you know, not having to worry about reading stuff definitely does make a difference. Ashmead, you only ever saw the first Fast and Furious movie and you can't watch them anymore? Well, you're not missing anything. You're not missing anything. Okay, fair enough. You watch reviews and stuff like that and picked up the information sidewise. Fine by me. I mean, nobody else has any information about it really, so Callaway, you haven't seen it? Well, don't waste your time, bro. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. I heard about a guy who set a Guinness record for most movies seen in a year. He saw 777 movies in 1 year. He went to the movies 777 times. And if you want to compete for the world record or like the Guinness record or whatever, the rules are crazy. You're not allowed to take bathroom breaks. You can't look at your phone, you can't take bathroom breaks, and you can't have snacks. You can't have food and drink. You have to sit and watch the entire movie and not go to the bathroom. And there will be like theater staff on hand to watch you for the entire time. So this guy did it. He did it. 777 movies. And I was like, yo, how expensive would that be? But it turns out he had a fucking membership, $22 a month for unlimited movies. So it's like, okay, he found an affordable way to do it. And the movie that he watched the most in that time frame, in that 1 year period, Puss in Boots, 47 times. 47 times. Kentucky, the theater was like in on it. I think they were like it was this whole big thing because when he did it, the theater that he went to, they donated $7,777 to charity. So it was like a promotional thing too. I think that's fun. I don't think I'd want to watch the same movie 47 times, sit in the theater for all that. Feels tedious, you know? The vastly dubious. All right. Good job, Callaway. Scorbergeist, you thought it makes less impressive to you? Well, there's not 777 different movies in movie theaters to even go see, right? So, what you want isn't possible. Anybody could do it from the comfort of their own home, but what you want isn't possible. Going to 777 different, like, actually different titled movies. Although I will agree with you that finding out that he went to the same movie over and over and over makes the whole thing sound like less of a fun experience. And it's like, you accomplished it, but why? But why? You know? And speaking of Guinness records, there's also a crazy one for most tattoos of somebody's name on a body. And you just go, what's even the point? What's even the point of these world records? What's the point? This is what I'm going to be famous for? It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, it's time to top up my root beer with some more barks. I'll be back. Juggle 'em. Going and seeing a movie 14 times because you like it, that's a different story. I watched, like, Fight Club so many times. I saw that movie so much. All right. There we go. So yeah, Guinness record for the most tattoos of somebody's name. So a dude got the name, I think it's his daughter, like Lucy, tattooed on him like 267 times. And then somebody else came along and got themselves tattooed 300 times with a name on themselves. So this guy got 200 more tattoos each on both of his legs or whatever, so that he would have 667 tattoos of somebody's name to have the Guinness record. What's the point? What's the point? I don't understand, man. I don't understand. What up, Desolator? How you doing, buddy? Did anyone see The Matrix 4? Oh. Cody, what? The Matrix gets progressively worse. The first one was good, and then it just gets, like, dumb. Where, like, remember how at the end he's the chosen one? Well, now, I don't know, do you like sweaty raves and stuff? And you're just like, what? What is this? Oh, Mandos are living up to your name talking about watching the movie 300. I got you. I see what you're saying, bro. So yeah, the Matrix gets stupid, especially with like, you're the end of an inevitability of it, blah, blah. Okay, Colonel Sanders, shut up. Shut up. I'm the architect. You're boring me. This is all boring. It was so stupid. The first one was good. It was fun. That was a cool concept. It was enjoyable. And then it just fell off. And you're just like, what is this? What is this trash? Oh my God, what have you done? What even is this? Hey, do you like Agent Smith? Well, guess what? What if everybody was Agent Smith and we fought a million of them? Who cares? I've created the Matrix a billion times, and every time there's always something like you that comes along, and that sucks, doesn't it? It's like, what is this? What is this movie? This is so just dumb. Dumb. That's how I felt about the third Matrix one. Complete garbage. How could there even be a fourth one, you know? The second one was just okay. The first one was good. The second one was okay. And the third one was just dreadful. Just dreadful. Like almost every series of movies gets worse. That's how it goes. Like The Godfather did the impossible. Because Godfather 2 was better than the first Godfather. And the world would have been worse off without the second Godfather movie being made. Now, the third Godfather is so bad it shouldn't even exist. Like, talk about talk about ruining crap later on hardcore. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This was never needed. It is not good. It is not good. My inside's making crazy noises. I must have swallowed a dog or something. Die Hard. Oh man, me and Carly watched Die Hard, and it's funny to see like after a couple, like in the first couple movies, um, Die Hard, because that's just his name. Because I never remember John McClane. I always forget it. I just think of him as Die Hard. He looks like he looks so troubled when he kills somebody, like so troubled. And then by like the third movie or whatever, he doesn't care. Trinity wasn't looking too hot in this last movie. I'm gonna give you a little secret about me. I never found that chick from The Matrix to be hot. I always thought she looked kind of fucking mannish. And I was like, kind of looking mannish with your fucking short hair and everything too. Not really into it, not really vibing on it. So just looked at her and was like, okay, that's fine, I guess, whatever. Like, I wasn't like, whoa, hey, it's not like fucking Hackers with Angelina Jolie in her fucking see-through shirt. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I got fucking zero cool for you. So I never found the Matrix chick hot. I always just found her to be there. You know? Matter of taste. People are into all kinds of different types, but she never excited me, bro. It was just kind of like whatevs, you know? Executioner, one of your friends loved the third Matrix movie. Bro, you should take him to the hospital and get that brain tumor checked, right? Brain tumor. Scorba guy's doing research now. He's like, my dream of 777. 449 movies were released in 2002. In 2019, it was 792. Still, that'd be really difficult, man. That'd be really difficult. Felonious T, yeah, you know what? I'll give you that, bro. Like, I didn't find her to be attractive, but what she did in the movie as a character, it all worked. Do you know what I mean? Being like the, I know more than you kind of, and here we go. Like, let me show you some stuff, clown boy kind of shit. That works. That worked just fine. I had no problem with her as a character. I just did not find myself like, yo, I think she's hot. Although maybe, like, I don't know, if she was wearing some tight thing, maybe her ass looked nice or something, maybe. I don't know. I have, like, zero memories of it. Zero. Alyssa Milano. Oh, yeah, man. Who's the boss? Me. Hey, Angela. I know that's not that character from the show, but screw you. It's still a good reference. What up, Maz? Weekend at Bernie's 2 is... You know what's funny? Weekend at Bernie's 2 is both a better and worse sequel at the same time, right? Like, Weekend at Bernie's 2 is more entertaining than Weekend at Bernie's 1. Weekend at Bernie's 1 is more... It's more grim and... A little more grim and dark. It's still a comedy, obviously, but it's a little more grim and dark. And it's fully grounded in reality. 100%. And the second Weekend at Bernie's is not grim and dark, and it is not rooted in reality. The second Weekend at Bernie's says magic is real, that voodoo is real, and that because they use the wrong bird in a ritual, now Bernie's body is like magically activated by music, right? So that movie is fucked and just it's entertaining. It's entertaining. When when uh when they have his body hooked up to the cart pulling it, like when they use his body like a plow horse to pull a cart, it's so stupid, but I love it. I love it. It's so dumb. Felonious T, you haven't seen the second weekend at Bernie's? Oh, bro. They get Bernie's corpse and they want some money that he had, his inheritance or some treasure or something. There's something that they're using his body for. But the people who are in charge of the voodoo ritual to animate his corpse are bumblers. So instead of using a chicken, they use a pigeon. And that screws it up so that Bernie's body only moves to music. And the rest of the movie is just a musically animated corpse. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Have I seen the original Fast and Furious? Yeah, I have. We watched like the first two or three, and we didn't make it to the one we wanted to watch. And it was just like, this is like, where are the ones where they go to outer space and shit? Where's the craziness? Where's The Rock getting yelled at by his Samoan mother and getting sandaled in the head and stuff? Where's all that? I love you, Uzo! Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's too. It's dumb, but it's fun. It's really stupid though. The idea behind it is really stupid. Like they bring Bernie's dead corpse. They dance it up to like a horse-drawn cart, and then when the people realize it's a corpse, uh, the guy in charge jumps on the horse and rides off with it, leaving the cart with no horse. So they hook Bernie up to it and play music to get him to drag it. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Yeah, Weekend at Bernie's 2 is a very very weird one. I have no idea how they came up with like it's funny because the Weekend at Bernie's was an unexpected success, right? They didn't expect the movie to be as big as it was. So they went, "We got to make a sequel." And it's like, "We can't. The sequel, like the whole point of the movie is that the first Weekend at Bernie's a fucking like a rich dude dies and these two guys pretend he's still alive to advance their social standing, essentially, right? That's it. And at the end of the movie, that guy's hella dead, and they took his body off. So there's nowhere else to go with it. There's literally nowhere else to go with it. And then they did all the coke in the world, and we're like, yo, 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 just hear me out. What if we use voodoo magic to resurrect Bernie? What? Yeah, and what if we make it like a kids movie? What? Like that, that's the level it is. That's the level it is. Hyundai wants to make cars with legs? What? Cars with legs. Just running around in cars and Fast and Furious. I want to make cars play baseball. Give them arms and legs. Maz, Five Nights at Freddy's next month in theaters. Gonna be seeing that. That movie's probably gonna suck. Also, go see Willy's Wonderland instead. That's one where Nick Cage has a weird mental illness and works at like a Five Nights at Freddy ripoff place. And like he gets a job, and even when the animatronics are trying to murder him, he still takes his normal breaks and plays pinball and stuff. And he also has weird aggression issues where he just like he's got problems. He's got problems. That movie is fucking weird. It's ridiculous. Clayton, yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's has an actual movie. It's coming out next month or whatever. It took so long to make that it's like, who cares? Five Nights at Freddy's was like interesting and hot, what, 5 fucking years ago? That's way too long in development for a fucking meme, bro. Has there been any good movie the last few years? I mean, there was that Korean movie Parasite. That was really good. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. I think that's what that one's called. Also, very solid movie, right? The bagel chick is kind of obnoxious, but other than that, the movie's like right out there and has a lot of entertainment value. The Weird Al fake biopic where it's just in like not actually Weird Al's life. There's some events in there, but it's all like just the most insane shit, and it involves all kinds of celebrities of yesteryear. Pretty good. Pretty good. Expendables. I've never seen any of the Expendable movies, or maybe I saw the first one. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm sure that's gonna suck, bro. I'm sure that's gonna suck as a movie. How would it not? How would it not? I haven't seen the D&D movie yet. I've yet to see it. I've heard good things about it, but I haven't checked it out. Joe, yeah, Snow White's gonna be dog shit. Let's be real. I don't even understand why they're making it when they're like, yo, instead of the seven dwarves, we have seven random people. And it's like, dwarves are like mythical creatures, right? That's what this is. Like, what are you going to do? Do Lord of the Rings and go, okay, instead of the hobbits, we have seven random ass people. And it's like, what? What's going on? What the hell is this? Like, I don't understand. Genuinely don't even understand. I'm like, they're they're fairy tale creatures. Why? What? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's very baffling. It's going to be awful. It's going to be unwatchable. Just unwatchable. That's right, Al. Nick Cage is ridiculous in that movie. He's so over the top. He's great. It's too bad that the good movies are few and far between now. But yeah, I got hope that like eventually there's got to be some kind of swing in the other direction when they realize the garbage they're making isn't making them the money. It's all like failing. Disney bought Star Wars and Marvel, these huge, huge properties that like you figure could go on forever if they were managed properly. But they've been managed terribly, and so they're just full of all this absolute garbage where they're like, we own these names, we can do whatever we want with them. And it's like, you would have made way more money if you just had a little more sense. Mysterious, you want to see Henry Cavill in a Warhammer movie? That's got some potential, right? He wants to at least stick with the source material. He bounced out of The Witcher because it's like, this isn't what it's supposed to be. And then, like, Netflix is all like, Henry Cavill sucks and he's hard to work with and he's a problem. And it's like, no, you've got a dog shit show that has nothing to do with what it's supposed to be. And he just doesn't want to have anything to do with it. No, he's the worst. He's the worst. He's a bad man. And he's hateful, too. And it's like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Totally. Totally. He just didn't want to go in with whatever garbage you're making now. It's silliness. Pure silliness. It's a weird time. It's a weird time that like a bunch of this kind of stuff happens where they make this complete garbage and it's trumpeted as amazing and it just turns out to be nothing again and again and again. Lord of War, what's that one? I don't remember that. The name is feels familiar. It's a crime drama. Ah, all right. Oh, okay. Arms dealers and stuff. All right. Sounds like it's probably worth checking out, eh? It's crazy some of the stuff that people get caught up in, you know? The hardcore criminal stuff. It's like how do you even like walk down the road to becoming one of these? Yeah, I'm gonna be like a kingpin. It's just like just happened to you like Heisenberg, you know? It's wild, man. Absolutely wild. You never know where you're gonna end up, right? You never know what you're gonna end up doing. I don't know. Living the Scarface kind of life. It's like, Brian K. You see it all as a parole officer? No, you don't. You don't see people just making cakes and hugging their kids. So take that. Take that. Seen it all? Nah. Seen it some. You've seen it some. Well, Stoic, I mean, when we're talking about the ones that are up at the top, it did get them somewhere. You know, like, like the low level, sure, but like the high level criminals, it's just like they got somewhere. They got mansions and dudes working for them with the fully autos and stuff. You know, like they accomplished something, right? Ashmead, what? Longest birthday by almost 2 hours. Someone beat you. Oh no. No official records for you. You didn't get to Guinness it, bro. Juggling, you know too much. Are you a criminal? Is that what's going on, bro? Drive Angry is the best Nick Cage movie. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Baby Driver either. What up, Rumbler? How you doing? Yeah, it's got to be such a weird journey becoming a criminal like that, man. Life just kind of takes you on a like a random journey a lot of the time. You can choose some of it, but a lot of it is outside of our hands. I guess that's what makes those stories interesting, right? When you're watching the movies and everything, the progression of it. It's pretty nutty. I don't know though, man. It seems really stressful. It seems really stressful getting up all up in that. You gotta worry about people trying to blow your fucking head off and shit. I'm not interested in that. Stoic says, even with the mansions and servants, that life can't be fulfilling. Oh, but what if it is? What if it is? You don't know. You need to try the life. You need to try that criminal life. Rumble, you've been in the gutter, I assume, right before this stream. Were you laying in it? Just laying in the rainwater like a kid? Going, yo, kids are stupid. I don't know why they're comfortable sitting here in the water in the gutter because it sucks. You know, when you're a kid, nothing bothers you. You're just like, yeah, everything's great. This is fine. I'm cool with everything. As an adult, you're like, wet socks suck. No, I don't want it. I want dry socks. I want dry, comfortable socks. That shit's valuable. That's valuable. Maz, if you got the money, you could got protection money. Is that what we're talking about? All right. All right. Cody, I never got into Evangelion because like mechs always bore me. They're boring. They're just like, here's a mech, it's gotta have a person in it. And I'm like, you'd already have better technology to pilot this. Why you gotta have a person in there? And they're like, no, but it's a person inside it. And it's like, okay. But look, move your arm, pew, pew, pew. And it's like, this is like a horribly inefficient use of resources. None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. Just why would there ever be a person in these? This is a terrible way to do things. Yeah, I always find the mech shows boring. They're just boring. Brian, some people are overachievers just in the wrong way, man. Yeah, that's you know what? Actually, that's a good point, Stoic. Like, if you don't care about people, you're gonna do much better. Because I know I like I felt bad being rude to people in the fucking comments and shit. So like you gotta not feel bad robbing people and like ending them and stuff. And I don't want that. I don't want that. That would eat at me. I mean, fuck that. I'm street tough, born with a gat in my hand. I don't care if you die in front of me. Al, oh yeah, no, the Five Nights at Freddy's isn't going to be nearly as much fun as Willy's Wonderland, right? It's just going to be generic as hell. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's going to be generic. They're living beings in Evangelion have to connect their souls to innocent children. All right. Well, that at least is something interesting. I've always said about the mech stuff, you need to have something that makes it so you can't just go, all right, well, we could just put technology in there. Somebody could operate this like a drone because that's what make even if the mechs you needed them big like that or whatever, and that was the way to go, you would just have them remotely controlled. There's no way you would put the pilots inside because it's stupid and inefficient, right? So you need a reason for that. If you go, yo, this is alien technology beyond the ken of man, and we have only figured out how to do it by just shoving somebody in there and letting them fuck them up, then that makes sense. That's fine. That's way more interesting. But anything else with mechs is fucking dull. And even knowing that, I don't give enough of a shit to watch Evangelion. Even if that is sounding cool. I'm just like, eh. I find mech battles to be boring. Did I ever watch Spin City? Was that sitcom with Michael J. Fox? Is that what that is? I'm gonna note that down. Actually, if I write that on there, I'm gonna forget. And tear that off. I'll write it over here instead. There's no way to keep track of everything anymore. There's so many things in the universe, and I just can't keep up. So I use notes. I use notes. I got all kinds of notepads around. I like physical notes, you know? I straddle the digital and analog worlds. So yeah, I remember Spin City being all right. Kellaway, you watch Bad Santa for Christmas. Well, it's kind of fucking early to be talking about Christmas, don't you think, bro? Don't you think? We watched The Hogfather. And some other stuff, too. The old claymation Rudolph, all that. All that. But yeah, making our ways through different shows. Like right now we're watching Third Rock from the Sun, and it's a lot of fun. It's not as good as Frasier, and it definitely has hit some rough patches, and you can see that it had a lower budget in some of the choices they've made, but overall, it's providing entertainment. We're finishing off the second season now. Stoic, yep. It's different writing something down versus typing it into a digital device. 100%. Especially on so like typing on a keyboard is a different experience than just touching a screen. You know, there's a different kind of feedback to it. But yeah, I like notes, even if they are horribly inefficient. You know, I can type way faster than I can write. Like my typing speed is way faster, but I don't know. I like the physical notes. I love this notebook. I love this notepad that Carly's given me here. I can take it around with me, and I'm actually using it for more than just notes now. Like I was just using it for Magic News, but now it's extended out into other use. My pad's running low. My pad is running low. It's gonna need to be replaced soon. Callaway, you feel like some of the Guinness Awards are a step from the Darwin Awards? Remember cursive? Yup. I still sometimes write in cursive, although I prefer printing. I find printing to be much more tidy overall. Cursive is usually just used for signatures. They're teaching kids in school cursive again just so they can learn how to sign their names, because apparently kids didn't know how to sign their names because they stopped teaching cursive. And it makes sense. What the hell good is cursive? Cursive is just a way to be able to write faster. But who cares? You can type shit faster than you're ever going to write anyway, so cursive's useless now. Yeah, well, this is the stuff that makes you feel older, right? Where you just realize the way the world is shifting and how much convenience is coming in for people. It's pretty sweet, man. It's pretty sweet. Going from a life where your phone is like something that's stuck to the wall, and then one day answering machines are invented. So you're like, wow, people can leave messages when we're not here, and we can come back and hear what they said, right? Like that was a big deal. That was a big deal. Now, your phone is a computer that's more powerful than the computers that I had for most of my life. Everybody's phone is just an insanely powerful computer. And like every kid has one of these on the fucking bus, taking pictures of themselves and shit. Like they're connected in from the get-go. It's wild, man. It's wild. Who would win in a fight? Joe Pesci from Goodfellas, Joe Pesci, or Danny DeVito from Frank from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I gotta give it to Frank, because Frank's like more deranged overall, and like I think Frank is more of a psycho than Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. Oh, Stoic says with pen and paper, it's an intimate action of creation. Well, damn, bro, I didn't know that pencil. I guess you spell pencil with an is, huh? I guess pen. You get it? You get the dick jokes? Penis, huh? That's why it's intimate. It's like rubbing an ink dick on a pape china, bro. It's intimate. I'm learning as I write. I'm learning what I write. Callaway with the ghost programs. What are we talking about? Oh, is he further back in the stream talking about the Matrix stuff? Maybe that's what's going on. Cursive didn't feel like it was like a huge speedy way of writing or anything. It wasn't like, wow, it saved me so much time. Technology can do everything for you now. You don't have to know how to fucking spell. You don't have to know anything. Your computer, your phone will be like, hey, moron, this is what I think you meant. You'll type some, gab, oh, what do you want? Pictures of gorillas? Yeah. Like, you typed in gablaba. I assume you're looking for gorillas. Thanks, Google. I'm dumb. Like I watched Wall-E a couple days ago or whatever, and that fat useless society is like an understatement. If everybody was throwing fucking tantrums constantly in Wall-E, I would feel like it was more realistic. If everybody was like, I saw something I don't like, then I would believe it more. Bo Falcon talking about writing in calligraphy. What he doesn't tell you is he's a fucking serial killer, and he takes the skin off a dude's butt cheeks and he fucking writes poems on them. He stretches dude's butt cheeks skin out to write fucking poetry on it. Felonious T says what we were taught in school is a lie. Everything is done by cell phone now. Yeah, I guess like what is school like? Hey class, today we're gonna be talking about this. So fucking Google it, you little assholes. I'm gonna sit down and think about how my job's a fucking joke and I'm just a babysitter for you fucking people. You can't fool me, Bo Falcon. See, you're trying to throw me off the fucking case, but I know that Clayton's just like your gardener landskeeper. He's the one who comes in with the little spray bottle. Like, Clayton comes in and he fucking sprays the fucking butt cheek skin that you have spread out on the tanning things. He just comes in and gives it a keep it moist and subtle. And he goes to touch it, but then he's like, the master, the Bo Falcon will be angry. And he fucking runs off back into the darkness when he hears you approaching. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. Rumbler, you remember teachers getting mad for you typing out homework? Felonious T, half your job is Googling shit for people. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Kentucky, did you miss the box opening? Nope. We haven't done it yet. You know why we haven't done it? Because I fucking forgot. I completely and absolutely forgot. When I read that, I'm like, oh shit, we do have a box opening. So good job. Good job reminding me, because we could have easily got to the end of the stream without me realizing it. So, this box has been beat to hell. But it's been sent by a company that in the past has sent me things very durably wrapped. So I expect that when I open this up, the thing inside is actually going to be in great shape. Mustard Ketchup says, what's in the box with the super chat? Well, now, ironically, that will slightly delay finding out what's in the box because you're Lord of the Board. So let me just update that. Get your guesses in, guys. You can get your guesses in now. It's your last chance to guess what's inside the box before the grand reveal. Before the grand reveal. I guess I should mention as well. All the live streams are now going up on the live stream archive channel. It's your one-stop shop for all the Hatcher Entertainment Network live streams. All in one convenient location. All right. Now, where's my botana? Where is my botana? Oh, there's so much crap on my desk right now. Is it even on my desk? Oh, there's too much stuff around. Screw it. Screw it. Let's just pick at the tape like savages. Let's pick up the pick at this tape like savages. Don't worry, my manly strength will make quick work of this. Oh. Unless the tape rips into little shreds. Man, this is some strong tape. It's like lifting a layer up off the box. Come on, bro. Come on. Don't break a nail. Oh, Maz, don't even talk about that. Now you're making me think. Oh, I hate when I like pick at something and then your nail's like, I give up, and it just bends backwards, and you're like, no, and there's like a bend line on your nail on top of that awful feeling of it happening. Hate that. All right, we got one piece off. Okay, there we go. And 2 of 3. Come on. Actually, it's probably better to go in this direction. All right. Oh, this one's... Yeah, this one's staying in one piece. Okay. Here... Oh, no, there's 2 more! Come on, man. They packed it well. Hate trying to grab something from inside a box, but you can catch part of the box between your nail and finger and cut it. Oh, what? What? Oh, like cutting your finger? That's no good. Oh, come on, man. We're almost there. We're almost there. Huh? Huh? Okay. I think we finally made it. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay. Got it open. I got a letter here. Let's see what it says. All right. All right. I've read that. Now let's. Oh, look at how packed it is. I told you. I told you it'd be packed securely, and it is. And it is. Check it out. Remember the Alpha Clash game? Well, I got me an early edition of the Alpha Clash novel, yo. The Awakening. Look at that. The letter says, this novel Kickstarter starts on September 19th. So in like a week, they got ebook, paperback, hardcover versions of it, exclusive promo cards and other Kickstarter items. And it is tied. It's like, you know, like Magic used to do with the full-on novels that go along with the card game. So you actually get background lore. This is a big honking book. This is this sample book was printed before the final rounds of editing and may have a few differences from the final version. Oh, that's funky. So I've got like the first version. Oh, there may be historical differences. That's cool. I mean, this is way more than Magic has put for their story for a while, right? I get some spoiler cards from these guys to preview in like 5 days from now. In 5 days, I got a couple spoiler cards. So the Alpha Clash guys, they're putting in real effort. And it's cool that they hooked me up with this to check out. So I'll let you guys know how the story actually turns out once I've read it. That's cool, man. That's cool. So it's like a 500-page book. Yeah, this is the first one. Apparently they're going to do a series on the different characters. Sweet, man. Yeah, they asked me a little while ago if I'd like to have an opportunity to read it. And I said, yeah, absolutely. So that'll be cool. Al, you missed streams where I had to spend all the time just prying tape off of boxes. Well, that's James P's. That's James P's fault, right? I'm not having that. I'm fine with less of that action. Chris B on the other stream earlier, I said I opened Lorcana. Yeah, I had an entire box of Lorcana opened on this channel actually. So there's if you go back, it's you can see I literally have a box of Lorcana in the thumbnail. So if you want to watch that, you can. I need a bubble wrap stream. I have enough bubble wrap now probably for that. When Alpha Clash sent out the cards before, they sent a ton of. Oh, these don't pop. They're not. They're not poppable. The air just shifts around from one to another because they're not little segmented individual pockets. It's like a big free flowing. The air can shift from one place to another. Probably stops it from popping and making the bubble wrap less effective, right? But yeah, they sent the when they sent the cards and stuff, everything was individually wrapped in bubble wrap packages. It was great. They're very good at sending their stuff packaged well. Some companies send you their stuff and you're like, it's all beat up now. You want me to show this off, but it's literally beat up. But I mean, I guess, maybe they're not expecting how rough the postal people are going to be. So yeah, it's cool to actually have a game where they're putting in extra work for the lore instead of just little snippets. Meh. I don't know. I don't know how far it'll go, right? Because you never can tell with this kind of stuff if the game's gonna end up like catching on big time or whatever. Mr. Jumple says before FF were the Avengers, they stole DVD players. I never got to the crazy end part of it, right? So I haven't seen that. I've seen the beginning, like you're talking about, Jumple, where they're just like street level criminals, and that's it, right? And then we watched the first few, and then we watched Hobbs and Shaw, and that's it. So we tried watching Tokyo Drift. I feel like we might have watched the whole thing or not. I can't remember. I just remember it sucked so bad, and we just stopped there. We were just like, I guess we don't need to watch the Fast and Furious movies. But then last night we just abruptly ended up talking about Hobbs and Shaw or whatever out of nowhere. Oh, not out of nowhere, I guess. It's because we're going to Toronto around my birthday in November. We're gonna go up there to go to medieval times and stuff. And so then we talked about the last time we were up in Toronto, which was our honeymoon earlier in the year, and that's where we ended up seeing the snippets of it. So that's how it was all connected. That's how it got brought up. It wasn't out of nowhere, but whatever. Whatever. So yeah, we're gonna stay up in Toronto again. We're gonna stay overnight. We're gonna get a hotel. We'll see if there's more Fast and Furious marathons going on, or what else we'll randomly be exposed to through cable TV. Like when I went to the dentist a couple days ago, and I had to watch this stupid home improvement show where it starts out with these people, just four good-looking, smug douchebags, talking about what they're going to do to their rich person house, and just showing, here's all the transformations we're going to do. We're going to give you an obsidian black backsplash and all these wooden panels on the ceiling. And they show it all, the transformation. They show it all to us. And then after that, they go, okay, now pick out what you'd like. No, fuck you. You literally just showed us. This is what? You don't show us this now and then go, I wonder what tiling they're going to pick. You showed us the 3D modeling. You showed us the 3D modeling. I know. What is this? What is this? What's going on? You told us it's going to be the backsplash. That's what it is. And then I know what the ceiling's going to be because you showed us this too. Why are we seeing this part now where they pick it out when we already know? Who made this? These shows are terrible. They're terrible. I complained about them to the dentist, and she was like, here you go. Here's the remote for the TV. You can put on whatever you want. Try to put on Canada's Worst Drivers. Turns out you'd have to pay for that channel. So instead I put on the fireplace channel. Just boom, here you go. With the crackling of the fire. That's what we're going to do. And I just sat there looking at a fire burning and crackling and went, this is better than what's on TV right now. It's that bad. It's that bad. But anyways, that's how the stream ends because the Chainsaw Man's coming to get me. So, see you later, my friends. All these streams get uploaded on the archive channel now. Peace.